Welcome! In this tutorial, you will explore the Videobar Administration application within the Bose Professional Videobar family suite of software packages. It provides enterprise-level system management and is designed for system administrator use for locations with multiple VB devices installed on a local network. It serves two purposes. First, you can remotely manage all VB devices on the network because it discovers and views all devices simultaneously. Its second purpose is the setup application for multiple Videobar devices across a facility. Videobar Administration is especially useful to batch update firmware across multiple devices or to save parameter profiles from one unit and upload them to many units quickly. So let's learn about Videobar Administration. In this tutorial, we will cover where to find it online, an overview of the user interface and its available settings, how to choose your computer network interface, and how to search and discover VB devices. To start, Videobar Administration is a standalone app available for Windows only. You'll find it located at boseprofessional.com. At the website homepage, navigate to Products and choose Conferencing. From here, choose Videobars. At the bottom of the Videobar VB1 or VBS page, you can find software downloads. Install the software to your Windows computer. When opened, Videobar Administration automatically scans the network and displays all Bose Professional Videobar devices that are discovered. This is the main screen of the app, and I will come back to it in just a few moments. At the top of the application, there's a search bar so you can quickly find a device. Next to the search bar is a drop-down list to narrow the search to a specific parameter. If you choose a parameter not currently displayed in the device list, it will be added as a column. Next to the drop-down list is the option to manually add new devices. This can be performed by typing into the text field or by importing a CSV file or Excel spreadsheet. Click the information icon to see an example of acceptable formats for typing in your entries, or use the link to download a sample CSV file. After entering the IP addresses of your devices, scan for the devices on the network and select to add found devices. You can customize the parameters displayed in the device list by adding or removing optional columns from the drop-down list. In the upper right corner, click on Columns. A pop-up list will allow you to add or remove them. You can select Show All to select all columns. Please note device name, network, IP address, and firmware cannot be removed from the device list. To the left of the search bar is the Menu button. When clicked, it provides a drop-down list to refresh the device list, manage global password, access settings, export the device list, and about the app. If you click on the refreshed device list, the app will scan the network again to discover any new VB devices. Manage Global Password provides the ability to enter a single global password for the management application to unlock multiple Videobar VB devices on the network. This is helpful if you have multiple VB devices on the network and have set all the passwords to match or are using the default password. It's important to note there is no password retrieval method available. If you forget or lose the VB device password, you must restore the VB device to its original factory settings. The factory default password is Bose123!! When settings are selected, you may enable or disable multicast discovery. By default, this is enabled to automatically discover all VB devices on the network. You can choose which interfaces will be used to communicate with the VB devices. If your network doesn't support multicast, or if you prefer to add devices manually, the settings should be disabled. Export Device List allows you to save a spreadsheet with all currently listed device information. If a column is displayed in Videobar Administration, it will also be included in the export. Last is the About screen that shows versioning and access to owner's guides. Now we will focus on the device list section. At the top, you can click on any parameter and it will sort the devices in either ascending or descending order. Once the device is chosen, the right side control panel is displayed. Selected devices will be indicated by placing a check mark in the box next to the name of the device. One or multiple units can be selected. First, we must type in the password to access the parameters. As a reminder, the default password is Bose123!! You can also check the box to update the software's global password as an alternative to the menu option described previously. Now the right panel is unlocked. Above the panel, there's a Remove button to delete the chosen devices. The next button is Update Firmware, and it enables you to update a single or multiple VB devices by choosing them from the device list. Videobar Administration also allows administrators to schedule firmware updates for a specific time and date. More about how to update firmware with Videobar Administration can be found in a separate tutorial. The third More button is a drop-down. The first choice, Identify Device, changes the LED light bar to a pulsating purple color. This is useful to verify which device you're communicating with. Click it again to stop. Next is Download Profile. It saves various parameters from the selected VB devices to your local computer as a file. Upload Profile enables the user to upload a saved profile to one or multiple VB devices. Restore Profile reverts selected devices back to the parameters stored in the active profile. More about profiles and how to use them can be found in the separate profile overview tutorials. Download Logs allows an administrator to save the system logs for troubleshooting purposes. Reboot Device allows you to reboot chosen devices from the application. The last choice is the ability to quickly restore the devices back to the factory default settings. Now we will focus on the right panel. Located in the right control bar are all the Bose Professional Videobar device administrative settings. These settings are identical to the settings located in the administration section of the Videobar configuration application. It's broken up into 4 categories: configuration, video, audio, and network. You have 2 options to navigate. You can scroll down to each section or use the vertical bar icons. When clicked, it will jump to the selected section. At the top of the configuration section are the current firmware and camera versions, active profile and profile description, and the Bose Professional Videobar device identity settings. When working with the VBS, a camera version is not displayed. Under the identity settings are the user access settings. Here you can specify which features are enabled or disabled for camera, audio, and network connectivity. Details about these settings are covered in a more in-depth tutorial. Scrolling down, here you can reset the password, set the time for the internal clock, enable or disable low power mode, and view the statuses of the Bluetooth and camera states. Exclusive to the VB1 is the option to adjust the active state for the general purpose input. The next section is video, where you can adjust camera position, image processing, and auto framing settings. Videobar Administration does allow you to view the current camera, pan, tilt, and zoom positions, and provides the ability to input specific values for the preset recalls, but unlike Videobar configuration, it doesn't provide a live camera feed. Next is the auto frame settings. When enabled, you can use the drop-down menus to fine-tune the auto framing behavior. Exclusive to the VBS is Follow Me mode that enables a single presenter-focused dynamic auto framing experience. Located below the auto framing section, you'll find the configuration settings to optimize the camera's image. This includes low light and backlight compensation, anti-flicker power line, frequency settings, brightness, contrast, saturation, sharpness, and white balance. Next is the audio section, where you can view and configure the microphone array settings, including beam configuration, audio settings, and audio input and output levels. You can select static or dynamic to specify whether the microphone beams are automatically or manually adjusted. The default beam type is dynamic. It includes a roaming feature that searches for the loudest sound in the room and applies 4 dynamic beams that are automatically directed at the people speaking in the room. If chosen, you can view and adjust the settings for the 3 exclusion zones. I highly recommend using Videobar configuration to set these values so you can view a live camera feed and visually aim the exclusion zones. By the way, exclusion zone 1 is the left side, and you can notice the minimum is fixed. Zone 2 is the right side, and the maximum is fixed. Zone 3 is the added exclusion zone, and you can adjust both minimum and maximum. Leaving these values blank removes the exclusion zone from the coverage area. If static beams are chosen, the values change, so you can specify angles for each of the 4 beams to optimize the pickup of people speaking in the room. Leaving a beam's value blank will disable it. I also highly recommend using Videobar configuration so you can view a live camera feed and visually aim the static beams. To learn more about Videobar configuration to adjust the microphone settings, please view the separate tutorial explaining how to configure the dynamic and static beam settings. Continuing down the audio section, you'll find that acoustic echo cancellation comes enabled, which suppresses acoustic feedback between the loudspeaker and the microphone. Room compensation improves microphone performance, and exceptionally reverberant rooms such as those with concrete or glass walls and concrete, marble, or tile floors. Analog input gain allows you to adjust gain for the analog input so you can balance its level with the USB or Bluetooth audio signals. This is unavailable to VBS devices. Lastly, bridged Bluetooth calls can enable or disable the ability of Bluetooth calls and media to bridge into an active UC conference call. The final section is Network, where you can view and adjust the wired and wireless network interface card settings, including the DHCP or static configuration. Only the wireless network interface is available to VBS devices. When configuring network settings, it's important to remember that the connection between the VB device and Videobar Administration app is via IP. Because of this, changing some of the IP settings may cause the Videobar to disconnect. At the bottom of the network section, you can view and adjust SNMP version 3 settings. To enable SNMP, you must scroll to the User Access section and turn it on. Once enabled, you scroll down to view and change any settings. You can select an optional authentication protocol, set user credentials, and choose an encryption protocol. A privacy passphrase can be added if authentication has been enabled. Next, you can type in the SNMP trap server. Bose Professional provides an SNMP guide found at our website that describes the specific pulls and traps supported. And finally, the Bose Professional Videobar line also features a REST API for network management and monitoring. Access can be enabled or disabled under User Access. When enabled, you may then specify a username and password. That's it. In this tutorial, you've learned about Videobar Administration and its user interface. Your key takeaways are Videobar Administration provides enterprise-level, remote administration. Videobar Administration allows users to view and modify multiple connected video bars simultaneously. Unique to Videobar Administration is the ability to schedule firmware updates for a specific time and day. Unlike Videobar configuration, Videobar Administration does not provide a camera preview. Thanks for watching. Please watch our entire catalog of Bose Professional Videobar VB device tutorials to become an expert.